I want to switch gears for just a moment and quickly cover two additional shape tools. These are both located right under the rectangle. The first one is the circle tool, and the second one is the polygon tool. These are two additional ways to draw really basic shapes, and you can use these in conjunction with push-pull like you do with the rectangle or the line tool. So the first one we'll cover is circle. So I'm using a brand new file again, and I'm going to start with a circle by clicking on the circle tool, and you'll notice that when I bring it out this time, I've got the axes, I can see the red, the green, and the blue, and I also have a circle at the bottom of my cursor. So wherever it is that I click, in this case I'll start with the origin, wherever it is that I click, I'm starting the circle command by clicking in the center. So as I drag it out, what I'm dragging the radius. So I can determine how big I want this circle to be based on the radius. So let's do an 8-foot radius circle. So 8 feet, enter, and that's going to give me a circle that's 8 feet. Something I want to tell you right out the gate is that no shape or no circle in SketchUp is truly a real circle, because a real circle is, of course, smooth all the way around. Ultimately, it's a series of tiny lines all the way down. So I don't know if you can see this. Maybe if I orbit around this way and then zoom in a little bit on it, you can see that I've got these kind of tiny little bits of broken lines that give the illusion of a circle from far away. So we'll get into that a little bit later and why that's important. But for now, just note that there's no such thing as a true circle in this program. So I'm going to go to my select tool, double click on that, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to make it a group right away. So go to make group, and the group box has to be a square because it's encompassing the entire thing. Now I can open this up by double clicking on it, and I can go to my push pull, click on that, click once on the face and drag this up to create a cylinder. So go ahead and click again to terminate that, and right click, close group outside of the group. So that's the basics of circle. Just basically starting in the center, drawing a line, and creating your radius. Go ahead and Control Z that. All right. The next command that I have is the polygon, and this is going to give me a multi-sided shape. And if you notice at the bottom, right when I've clicked on it, I have an option of choosing sides. I have an option of choosing sides on the circle as well, but I don't really want to get into that just yet. So I can choose how many sides I want this to be. So do I want this to have 6 sides? Do I want it to have 3? 3 is the lowest I can go. So if I type 3, enter, what I'm going to get is I'm going to get a triangle. If I type 4, enter, I'm going to get a rectangle or a pure diamond. I'm sorry, a square, I should say. If I do 5, it's going to give me 5 sides, 6, enter, 7, enter, 8, enter, and so on. If I get up into 24, enter, it's basically going to look like a circle. So let's just do 5, enter for now. Click once, and again, just like the circle, it's going to pull from the center, and it's going to give me that that radius starting from the center of this polygon shape. So click once to start, click again to finish that off, go to my select tool, double click on that, right click, make it a group, double click to open it up, and again I can push pull this right up into space. So I'll go to my push pull, and I'll push pull this up to there. Now the addition that I can do on this one, because I've got these additional sides, is I can start push pulling these faces out. So as you can see, and if I hit escape I can stop that. As you can see, I've got a lot more options when I've got more sides. So I'll go ahead and click on my select tool and close that. So that's a really rough and quick overview of these two shapes. These two shapes have a lot of possibilities. They're really just kind of the building blocks for bigger and more complicated shapes as you go. But I would say get comfortable a little bit with the circle and the polygon. Just know that they're there. You can use them to create circles, and you can use them to create multi-sided shapes. Next up, we're going to talk about advanced navigation with the Move tool once we've got 3D objects.